Alright, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Here I am with another Josh Lee Event Station video. And this one talking about the Canada series. And I'm not sure if I made a Canada series video a few months back. I don't know if I actually uploaded it. I don't remember. If I didn't, then whatever. It is what it is. This season, I think is 12 races long. I don't remember the schedule. All I know is that we're about 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're 7 races in. After 12. I'm making this video 2 days after the Grand Prix at Trois-Rivières. Trois-Rivières being one of the oldest cities in Canada, in history of Canada, or at least Quebec. And, well, there you go. So, I'm losing track already. But essentially, Canada Series season has been quite interesting and very oddly lopsided, and I'll explain why. I'll just go in order for those who don't know. So, first race was at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. I know quite a few NASCAR fans on the American side of things want to see the Truck Series go back, or even the Cup Series go there. I want to see the Cup Series go there. Even though I won't be able to go because it's in Bowmanville, and I'm in Montreal. Like, if Circuit Gilles Villeneuve isn't an option, at least go to Motorsports Park. It's a big enough track, and it's got, oddly enough, it feels like, the front stretch feels like Road America almost. Instead of going uphill, it's a downhill with a long sweeping corner. It's an awesome track. Really awesome track. People love the Truck Series there. I feel like the Cup Series, I don't know how to feel with the Cup Series because it's Gen 7, but whatever. Either that or the Xfinity Series, one of them, they gotta go back. Either way. I understand not going for 2020 because COVID, but, it is what it is. The race after, I gotta mention, and this will become relevant later. I'll just talk about the winner so far this season. Motorsports Park the winner was Marc-Antoine Camirand. This guy, he's the 2024 champion of the Canada Series, and he won the 2022 championship. For GM Paille Racing, I think it is. That's a sponsor, too. Pretty solid team. Camirand's really gone to his own in the most recent years, because Camirand's been racing in the Canada Series for about a decade up to this point. Finally got championships in the past few years. Props to him on that. Then they went to Antigonish, Nova Scotia? That's a name. Good lord. And, well, DJ Kennington was on pole, and DJ Kennington won. Now, I know quite a few American NASCAR fans probably heard of DJ Kennington because he ran in Daytona 500 back in 2017 for Gaunt Brothers Racing. Well, thing is about DJ Kennington, he's a team owner. He's a team owner sponsored by Castrol, always running Dodges in the Canada Series, and he has been since the days of the series being called CASCAR back in the 90s. Yeah, DJ Kennington has been racing in the 90s. Sponsored by Castrol, always running Dodge. Basically, longer than David Starr. And people mention how David Starr is one of the last remaining guys from the 90s, or at least in terms of national level. So, I guess that's why Kennington wouldn't count. Kennington has been around since the 90s. I don't know how he manages it. Race 3, this is where it gets depressing for a second. Race 3 is in Edmonton Raceway. Camirand won that race. Then he would win at Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, but get the win taken away because, I don't know. It kind of moved. Look, maybe it's because of just the controversy between him and Lacroix for, since Edmonton. There was I don't know, you have to find the races yourselves because those were weird and depressing. I'll get to that in a minute. I'll just mention the other winners. So race 3 and 4 are depressing. And then next up they go, Canada Series went to Calabogie, which is somewhere near Ottawa. Ottawa is the capital city of Canada. Basically, Canada's Washington, D.C., to put it simply, for those who don't know. And so, Calabogie is near Ottawa. The winner was some guy named Connor Bell. And I say some guy because this was his very first Canada Series start. Driving for Ed Hackinson Racing, which is the best Chevy team in Canada. In the Canada Series. And then Autodrome Chaudière, one of my favorite short tracks on the schedule. It's in somewhere near Quebec City. Won by William LaRue. So props to him. And then we go to Trois-Rivières, which was won by Andrew Ranger, the IndyCar driver slash NASCAR driver. Andrew Ranger ran in the Xfinity Series back in the 2000s or whatever, during the bushwhacking era. So that's interesting. That's interesting to see. And how do I put this? So that's everything so far. I'll look at the standings in a minute, but I gotta mention right quick that race 3 and 4 being Edmonton and Saskatoon, that was depressing because, and this is a deeper problem with the Canada Series, is money. I don't know if it's Canadian economy or a mix of, I think I heard something about like the supplier or whatever. Well, that and they're not getting any factory backing, pretty much. So they're basically on a small budget. These teams are pretty much on a late model budget, but like because it's NASCAR or whatever, and it's Canada, it's like it costs a lot of money just to run. Where cars that like, and it's again small budget pretty much, like it's weird. They basically they are the premier racing series in Canada, pretty much. One of the biggest. I can't really think of any other series. Like I know there's like some cup in Canada or Quebec that runs like Nissan Sentras or whatever. But like it's like honestly Canada doesn't really have any. Canada like has quite the strong racing fan base, but it's like it doesn't really have a lot of its own stuff when it comes to cars. Pretty much. Heck, they don't even have their own Canadian car companies. They do build cars here, certain cars here. Like Dodge builds their cars up here in Canada, which is why they're suffering from tariffs right now. But I'm not gonna get into that. But yeah, basically, actually, let me look at the standings as I'm talking about this. But essentially, Canada Series is in a weird bind, and it's led to not only that, like I said, that late model budget plays into the fact that NASCAR has them traveling, and this was in a not podcast, it was like a live stream I was watching. Austin Ogonoski doing a live stream where he's just doing the American Truck Simulator, and I don't know if I asked him or he just mentioned it, and I said something about it. I don't remember, but essentially he mentioned how Canada Series. No, I think it was like I remember because I said in that live stream I was wondering what was up with the car counts in Edmonton and Saskatoon, because I'll just say this, I'll spoil this right now before you guys watch that on YouTube. The Edmonton and Saskatoon races, the Edmonton and Saskatoon races only have 10 cars each. Actually, no, Edmonton had 11, Saskatoon had 10. Either Saskatoon had 11 or Edmonton had 10. I don't know, regardless, 10 cars in the NASCAR Canada Series. One of the biggest racing series one of the biggest stock car racing series in Canada only had 10 cars in Edmonton. Now, little geography lesson, Edmonton and Saskatoon are on the west side of Canada, when majority of the NASCAR Canada Series schedule is in the east where I am. So, Montreal, Quebec, or on Quebec or Ontario or Nova Scotia, since that was in race 2. Well, the thing is, Canada being as big as the US, thing is, though, they don't have, like I said, the budget isn't there for the series to be traveling like that. To go east and west, the Cup Series could afford, like back when the Cup Series would, run at Daytona, which is all the way in Florida. Then the second race of the season, they go all the way to California. They got money for that, though. They're set. The Canada Series isn't like that. They don't have that kind of money to just throw themselves across the country like that. So, like, because of that, not many guys are willing to go that far. Mainly the guys running for a championship. And that's the thing. The Canada Series basically has, sort of has this ARCA situation where there's only about 8 or 9 guys in a given season running the whole season. Or even confirming to run the whole season. That's if all the confirmed guys do. So that's the other debacle that is going on, essentially. In fact, as I look at the point standings for the Canada Series right now, we are 7 races in, and only 7 guys have run the entire season. Donald Teague ran 5, apparently. I didn't even know Donald Teague ran most of the races. Yeah. And by the way, the Canada Series this season has had 55 different drivers run in the series this season. About 6 races in. But only 7 of them have ran all 7. And it's basically everything I said before. It was like a big mix of things, and it's sad to see because recently I watched a video where back like when there were still like CASCAR, because the Canada Series was its own thing before NASCAR bought them out in 2005. The CASCAR Super Series, which they called it a late model series in the 90s, but anyway, there was a 1997 race I watched or whatever. A whopping 38 cars. I almost fell out of my seat when I saw that, when I was watching it, because I'm like, 38? 38 drivers racing in a Canada Series. I almost lost it. I'm like, 38 cars is insane. But it is what it is. Again, there's even without the whole, even with NASCAR being dumb in that regard, because like I gotta mention, CASCAR, it had an east and west back in the day, because even they knew, even at the time they knew, traveling that far, it just, they don't really have that kind of funding. But NASCAR for some reason thought the Canada Series could do that, which clearly not if Saskatoon and Edmonton are having 10 cars in an actual race. We're not talking heat races, we're talking a full-blown race. Actual racing itself. So it is what it is. And the thing is, it's not like these guys, it's not like no one's running the series in general, because there's plenty, they always get plenty of guys for the road courses. I think the season started at, Motorsports Park, which had 30 cars. Like, they still got guys who want to run this series, just that the road courses tend to have their bigger car counts. Heck, Calabogie had like 24 cars. Like, I think that was the second most cars in the season. Unless Trois-Rivières had more cars, I saw the race at Trois-Rivières, but I don't remember how many cars were in it. I just know it was probably one of the bigger car counts throughout the season because road course. And not only that, Trois-Rivières is considered one of the bigger races on the schedule because they've been running the street course of Trois-Rivières for like years before the Cup Series was able to finally do it. So there's that. I think they started doing that even before. Whatever. So going through the standings, I know it's rambling forever, but Mark Antoine Cameron is the points leader. DJ Kennington is 3 points behind him. So DJ Kennington, the ageless DJ Kennington, because he's been doing at this for decades. Dude's second in points, 3 points back. Dude's on fire. Andrew Ranger. Oh boy, I think Andrew. By the way, all three of these guys won a race so far this season. Cameron won 2. Kennington won 1, Ranger won 1, Kevin Lacroix won 1, he's 5th in the standings. Ranger is 7 points behind. 4th is LP Dumoulin, who's a 3-time Canada Series champion. I could be wrong on that, but I know he's won it at least twice. 16 points back. Andrew Ranger is a 3-time champion as well. I forgot to mention that too. So you have quite a few champions who are still hanging around this series. Kevin Lacroix is basically a Denny Hamlin in this series. He never won a championship. He's won races left and right, though. Won 1 race this season so far. 18 points back. Matthew Kingsbury, which is... I don't know much about him, but he's been in and out of the Canada Series for like quite a few years now. He's running full-time this year. I forgot what team. 29 points back. And basically last amongst the full-time guys is Ryan Vargas, which I know you American guys are quite familiar with. When I heard that he was going to run full-time in the Canada Series, I'm like, there's no way that's true. But then it turns out, yeah. And not only that, it's not just any team. He's running for DJ Kennington, which is a really solid team. But I know he's dead last amongst the full-time guys, but still a solid season nonetheless. The way I see it, he's had bad luck lately. The car blew up at Calabogie Motorsports Park. That's not ideal. I think he had trouble in Trois-Rivières as well. So the past few races or so has been not ideal for Vargas, but other than that, he's kept pace with these guys. He's shown that he is capable. I know he's 52 points back, so he's really fallen off as of late. But see, like overall, even if this is just a one and done sort of in terms of like he'll just do the 25 season and leave, I feel like it's still cool to see a guy like Ryan Vargas run this series full time, especially when like this isn't like a really new. There's been quite a few guys who's run the top 3 series in NASCAR, an American, but then proceed to race in a Canada series a couple of times. Apparently, Christopher Bell was supposed to race at Oswego Speedway. Oswego's a dirt track in Ontario. I'm just like, Christopher Bell was apparently supposed to race, but had other obligations. Which I wonder what Bell would have ran, because there's no Toyotas in the Canada series. So I wonder what he would have ran there. Ken Schrader ran, I think he ran in Oswego 2 years in a row. He won one of them, I think 2023 race, or 2024 race, one or the other. Chase Briscoe ran in 2024. Like, they've had guys show up. Heck, Riley Herbst made an appearance in one of the road courses a few years back. So yeah, like, it's pretty cool, you know? It's a really awesome series. I know I spoiled a lot of just what happened this year, but if you want to check out just the like Canada Series races in the 2020s as a whole, like, it's free to watch on YouTube, you know? Not hard to find anymore. Someone was able to upload 2024 races because it was hard to find. And now, oh yeah, not only that, if you want to, I know I spoiled like the start of the all of the 2025 season so far, but if you want to see the season end, it is going to be on Rev TV on YouTube, and that stuff, they have it premiered too, so you can set a reminder to watch those races, which might be on tape delay, I could be wrong. But this series is really fun to watch. It sucks that because of the economy or just other factors that there's just not as many cars in it, because I know for sure, like, there's guys that, like, the road courses show that there are plenty of guys who want to race in the series, but I guess they just only find the road courses to be worth a damn. So that is what it is, but it's quite fun, you know, like, quite fun to watch. I like to see how it goes. So yeah, it's basically just me talking about the Canada series, because I feel like I did not upload the one I made about a month or so ago. So yeah, give Canada series a watch. It's like, even if you're not that interested overall, like, I could get that, but it's like, yeah, this series, man, pretty underrated. Lacks funding, but it is what it is. So yeah, not much else to say on that. This is just me basically glazing the Canada series, and well, not only that, talking about its faults overall. Basically a short, weird history lesson without any editing effort. But that's part of the course of this series. But yeah, other than that, that is about it.